Hi ladies, I'm back today with an update video of my nursery. As you know, I've been making quite a few big changes about adopting out a majority of my babies in my nursery, and downsizing. So I just want to show you um, my nursery as of right now. This is Tyann. She's a full body silicone by Andrea Arcello. And she's a beautiful girl. She's laying down her crib. And as you see this yellow blanket to the side, I always keep my silicones covered. Usually when I'm not in use with them, not when I don't have them in use, I'm not interacting. So there she is. So she's in a wooden an antique cradle there. And in front of her, I'm sorry, the lighting is not great. I'm sure I recognize this big girl. She is the Lamb Sculpt by Bonnie Brown. Let me take a little passy out. And I haven't had her for real long, a couple months now. And she's one of the toddler babies. She's sitting here with her piggy. And she's a pretty girl, all dressed up. And I love that she has human hair, so that's fun. I named her Temple. See, there she is. She's sitting in front of the cradle. Up here is my childhood Cabbage Patch doll. So you'll see quite a few. I've incorporated my childhood dolls into my nursery. Here is also a vintage doll. This was my sister-in-law Alicia's. Alicia passed away suddenly a couple years ago, if y'all remember, and that's her doll. So that's very special to me. That was her doll as a child, when she was a child. Down here is Pamela and Tonga. As you know, they were my childhood stuffed animals. Probably my favorite ones. They're pretty old because I'm getting up there in age too. I'm 48, almost 49, so they're pretty old babies. And they're married. I always think of them as married. So they're married. And down here is a very unusual baby. I don't know if y'all remember him. I got him last year around October at a local doll show that I went to. And that doll show I was the only one that had Reborns there, but they mostly had collectible dolls of all different kinds. But I got him there, and this is Ian. He's very unusual. He was made, and I did track down and did some investigation and found his artist. She's in Canada, and she's a lovely lady, and she's been in the doll world for a pretty long time. So we had fun talking about stories about the dolly world some 30, 40 years ago when she was in it. Anyway, she did make him, and he is a beautiful doll. His face is like a paper mache type of material. She sculpted him and made his face, hands, and feet out of a paper mache material, and his body was custom made. She made it. It's a soft cloth body with armatures in it, so he's a very neat baby. And she did make some of these dolls. She made a series of them after her son. This was not particularly after her son, but he has the same name as her son. His name is Ian. He has beautiful glass eyes. And if you can see, he's got little teethers there. He's a big boy. He's about 28 inches, I think. Yeah, 28 inches. So I changed his clothes for the summer and springtime. So there he is. He is holding my pound puppy that I had when I was a little girl. Over here is the reborn baby boy that I made after my son, when he was the likeness of my son when my son was 2 years old. His name is Spirit Dancer. That's my son's Native American name. And he is a long, sold out Bountiful Baby Sculpt. So there he is. And my son did, yes, he did have those ringlets, black ringlets all over his head, just like that. And I need to put some longer eyelashes on him because my son had and he still does, has very long, pretty lashes. So this is the one after my son. And he's dressed up also, he was dressed up for Easter. And I think I missed showing him. This is my not bassinet. This is actually my changing table that you see all the stuff piled on. The baby's clothes, the boys and girls' clothes, each have a shelf. Up there is the changing table with a boppy, not a boppy, yeah, what I'm trying to say. A bouncy chair on there that I take pictures of the babies in. And there is my cat, Ahsoka. Y'all are familiar with her. She is a fixture of this nursery here. I try to get her out as much as I can, but And I did get a lock for this door. My husband has to install it. Anyway, she thinks she's a part of the nursery. So there she is. And she's sleeping. And she's like, get out of my face, Mom. I'm sleeping. She's a pretty girl. So she's sleeping out there. She's taking over that part. Here is one of the loves of my life. This is Royal. You're probably familiar with him. He's a full body silicone by Lori Sullivan Roy. And he is just gorgeous. He's my snuggle bug. I just love him. And he actually favors some of the men in my family. So that's why he's dear to my heart also. He's a pretty boy. And he's spoiled. As you can see, he's got 3 passies because he's a really spoiled boy. And he's in an antique cradle also by himself. And this blanket, one of my dear friends made it from the church. And she made that for me when I was pregnant with my son. Actually went in the hospital delivering him. So that's a special blanket. That is just a beautiful swan stuffed animal that I found somewhere. So I like her to be in the nursery. And she's stuck up in there. Now we're going to go to the crib, the big crib. And as y'all can see, y'all have seen this crib before with a pile full of babies. But I actually have empty space now in this crib. That's how many babies I got rid of. And some of them I have sold. Some of them are in the process and waiting to be sold, meaning I've got to put them up for y'all to see. So please watch the videos. Because the next videos I'm making is showing some sale babies out of my nursery. So we're going to go start over here. And see. See, I'm telling the truth. You see the empty space? I never used to have empty space in this crib. It was crammed full of babies. So I've not quite downsized half, but I've downsized more than 30, maybe 40% I've downsized, I guess, if I were to put it into numbers. So anyway, we're going to see the babies. Dad is also another stuffed animal that I had, a parrot back there as a child. This is Charlie, and he was made by Erin. That's my very good friend. And isn't he gorgeous? She gave him a peaky eye. And his sculpt is by Andrea Arcello. She's my favorite sculptor, if y'all don't remember that. But isn't he beautiful? I just love him. And he has some rooted hair, and he has a little stork bite on his face. And he is just beautiful. Let me take his passy so you can see his beautiful face. And she gave him one peaky eye, as y'all can see. She did a great job on him. I love him. Here is Wishing, and that means a little angel in Navajo. And this is I'm Remembrance baby for my sister that I mentioned, my sister-in-law that passed away. And this baby looked a lot like her when she was a baby, which is a little baby newborn. She has beautiful hair. She's a ton of hair. And she is a retired Behringer sculpt. Right here is my Levi sculpt. Yeah, Levi sculpt. I got that right. I'm thinking. He's named Valentine. It's a old family name. And he was painted by me and my bestie, Casey. Casey painted his undertones, his veining, and then she shipped it to me, and then I painted the rest. So I thought we did a pretty good. I love him because we kind of did our good team together with painting. So there he is. He's a baldy. And here is, oh my goodness, Raven. She was painted by, hold on, let me get it in my mind. I know her, just went out of my head. Julia, I can't remember her nursery name. She doesn't paint a whole lot anymore, I don't think. But anyway, here's her. She painted her, and she's a little warrior baby. She is, I can't remember, I think she's twin A. She's either twin A or twin B. I always forget, with a big open mouth. She's my little warrior baby. You can see she has war paint. She has human hair from a Native American friend of Julia's. And she has her war paint across her face. I just love her. She's a feisty little girl. She says suck her thumb, even though she's a little warrior, she sucks her thumb. And her bracelet says Raven on there. Like I said, she's got a head full of human hair, and it's beautiful. So there she is. This is my Grinch baby. I did make him myself. I did pattern him after a doll that Bean Shanine made. So I want to give her credit for the design. And that's why, because he's inspired by one of her designs of her dolls, I will never sell him because I'm gonna keep him in my collection. But anyway, I did make him. He has a clay snout and a clay nose, polymer clay, and then he has a lot of work here that I did on the back of his head, little vines and stuff. He's got a mohawk, and he's always giving me the stink eye. And he is the only fantasy baby that I have right now in my collection. So that's a big thing. I'm selling out a lot of my fantasy babies. I did paint these girls here. My conjoined twins by Chenza, sculpted by Chenza. And they don't want to show their face right now. I'm being difficult, Mama. They are with the open eye. That is Comfort. And the closed-eyed girl is Patience. And those are also family names. And I did the painted hair on them, if you can see that. I did their painted hair. I love them girls. This was one of the first babies that I ever made. So he may not look as pretty as some of the other ones, but he is made after my son as a newborn. He's an Andy Awake sculpt. And I did his painted hair. This baby, I'm going to try to hurry because I'm going to run out of time. This baby was made by Kinderland Dolls. This one is another one, a likeness of my son as he gets a little bit older. These are my two Saskias. The girl in the pink was made by an unknown artist off of eBay. Same as the little red-headed boy. But I did do a lot of work to the little girl here. I did a lot of painting over because she was very, very light. So there's my two Saskias. I got another Saskia you'll see in a minute. This is Jujubee. She is the sister of the same artist made her. As you can tell, and she is gorgeous. She is one of the two prototypes that I have. Tyann, my silicone, is a prototype, and she is also a prototype. She has little teethers in there, and I need to fix her hair. It's a mess. Over here is my... Oh, goodness. You know what? I think I'm going to make another video because I'm running out of time, and I don't want to rush on the other babies. So we'll stop here, and I will get back to you with the few other babies that I have. I will talk to you soon. Stay safe and stay blessed.